And as stated,
We will be discussing the Elite Four and Champion of every Pokemon game from Red and Green to
in
Green to all the way up to Sword and Shield.
oh
And,
well, champion for Sword and Shield.
mm-hmm.
Because those games didn't have an Elite Four.
Just champion for Sword and Shield. And no, we are not counting past champions. We're only counting Leon because he's the only champion you face.
Mm-hmm.
And for the sake of Alola, we are counting both Hau and Kukui since the game
Since they're then functionally
they serve the role of champion.
So okay, I hope this one won't be nearly 4 hours.
How are we handling Alola Elite Four again? Are we only ranking Kahili?
We're ranking all of them.
All of them, okay.
Now, yeah. No, anyways, let's start with personal feelings. Hopefully, this doesn't take 90 minutes.
All right. Is there a bottom tier? Or...
Yep, there's a D tier.
Okay, I meant a tier below D, but no.
No.
Okay.
No, there isn't because
things are straightforward this time. Good.
Things are much more straightforward with these lists.
Yeah.
D tier. Yeah, this is my my personal thoughts on them.
Hopefully you're consistent with Ace Roll and the Kahunas as to how you ranked them earlier.
Yeah.
With Ace Roll, Olivia, and Hapu.
Yeah.
No, not Hapu. Ace Roll, Olivia, and Halu.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I'm having a stroke.
Hala. Okay, so starting with D tier. Here we have Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno. He exists.
Hoo-ha.
I guess that's kind of funny, but like he's kind of boring as far as Elite Four members go.
He's serious,
which usually doesn't leave the most impact as from a character.
Oh no, he's like always. He's almost he's like always sitting,
which I guess is a trait.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
He gets negative points for just being dumb.
Being dumb.
Like, I know we're not taking teams into consideration, but oh my fucking God, Bruno probably has the most stupid Elite Four team ever conceived.
Why does he have an Onyx? Why does he have an Onyx? Okay, I think
he's just not very interesting.
Just yeah. All right, and then following up we have Lance.
This is a hot take.
Lance is dumb.
Yeah.
Lance is fucking dumb.
He's not an interesting character. He's just a Mary Sue strong boy.
Gary Stu.
Just a Gary Stu strong boy. That's what hell of a hot take.
Yeah. Birdkeeper Lance.
He's not interesting as an Elite Four or champion character.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's just kind of generic. I guess his design's cool.
Yeah.
He also loses points for not properly representing his type.
Because they decide to do this when
Why do we have a dragon specialist?
Why do we have a dragon specialist?
Why do we have dragon and ghost specialists that didn't be able to properly utilize their types?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, either way, yeah. Yeah.
Why not, flying?
No, let's ignore the fact. Okay, I may, let's say, God, I sort of I named myself after my ants on one account, on one site.
You did.
Oh, yeah, I did. And fucking user Lance Water.
I hate the noises you make when you drink soda.
I'm sorry. That's besides the point. Yeah, okay, I think its name's pretty clever.
Or referring to Lance a lot.
Or dragon is Lance.
Yeah, like a lance.
Yeah.
Which is a medieval weapon.
Yeah. Glacia. Glacia. I don't know how to
She
fucking.
is just a character. Yeah.
Also,
Really uncomfortable vibes.
her
sometimes.
rematch dialogue and her rematch dialogue and Oraz fucking creep. It's fucking. It 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 just. Ugh. Fucking it really is hot.
What did she mean by this?
Do you intend to thaw my heart? I actually wouldn't mind that. I don't know.
She just kind of doesn't have good vibes.
She's fucking discount Lorelei.
That too. I literally always forget what Glacia fucking looks like.
Yeah.
Like I don't. She's not memorable from a design standpoint.
And we'll get to our team. We'll get to the team problem.
Later.
So, speaking of which, in C tier.
Yeah, we have the. I mean, I guess they're. I can see why people would like them.
Uh huh.
Which is see why it's C tier.
Okay, so we got. Well, speaking of which, Lorelei.
Yeah, Laura.
The first first Elite Four.
She's pretty cool. She's like a like a very confident character. Or though she does lose points for not screaming ice type at all in her design.
Yeah.
I like nothing about her. Like just by looking at her, you wouldn't think, oh, this is an ice type trainer.
Yeah. No, I think she does actually have stuff. Does actually get some stuff to do when some in remakes.
Which is somewhat.
Makes you learn if I were to leave Green, you learn she lives on a 4 island and has a house of. It actually has a house of a bunch of dolls.
Also, that's fun.
And she actually helps you in Let's Go.
When dealing with Team Rocket.
I think that extra that extra a character.
Or gives her a bit of intrigue.
Uh,
Overall, still massively losing points for the whole.
Yeah, it does
not look like an ice specialist in the slightest.
Maybe
is sort of similar in that regard.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Not visually screaming ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, not screaming ghost.
You know, she doesn't feel like a ghost trainer or visually.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, she looks like a water trainer.
Yeah. Yeah, she has. Yeah.
You know, she's dressed for the beach, has a wavy blue skirt.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying. I don't know. I'm trying to find something to say about her.
I guess there's that ghost girl thing.
Is that ghost?
Is
your ghost in your first visit? You first enter her room in ORAS,
which is cool, I guess. Other than that,
I don't know, not much to say.
Yeah, really not much of interest to discuss about her.
Motherfucker didn't even get an anime appearance.
I'm surprised.
Basically, none of I think everyone except Drake got an appearance. Only Drake got only Drake was in the anime.
Yeah. This is Sydney slander.
I know. Bertha.
She's a sweet old lady.
Yeah.
The design also doesn't really scream ground.
Yeah.
But she gets brownie points for being nice.
Let's. Yeah. Wickstrom. I mean, he's
got an interesting aesthetic.
Yeah, he's a knight. He looks like a knight.
And he speaks like he came for
on guard.
For the Middle Ages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that aside, like, they don't really go far enough with
him.
Yeah.
Like, if that makes any sense. Like, they
That's-
really could have done something interesting.
It's kind of
like,
the
his
thing
lore
with
and stuff.
Kalos Elite Four. They
They don't. Most of them don't really feel fleshed out. Which is, why.
Yeah. Okay.
Why most of them.
I guess segueing into Drasna.
Same deal. Interesting idea. It doesn't really get much time to flesh that idea out.
I think she's from Sinnoh apparently.
You potentially related to Cynthia's family.
Potentially. Even I don't know. Not much going on. Not much going on with her character.
Yeah.
Mullane.
Yeah, Mullane.
I forget he exists half the time.
Yeah.
I'm.
He's got a nice design. I like the sort of gradient with his hair.
I mean, yeah, you mainly just meet him at the electric trial, and that's it.
Apparently, he's the former trial captain.
Yeah, he's the former captain, but he just got too old.
Old, so they had to find someone else.
So
to
they
take the
got
role.
Sophocles is.
Yeah, that's where Sophocles came in. And his cousin.
Yeah, I don't know. Big Mo.
Yeah.
I swear he also has something going. I swear he has something going on with Kukui.
Yeah.
He's the one who hands you his the Royale mask.
Well, apparently, these two have a history together.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just that him as Elite Four or kind of comes out of nowhere.
It's not like it really feels like they just used him as a filler character there, which they almost.
He was also
definitely did.
he was originally just a title defense, and though he replaced Hola in the Elite Four.
Or so he loses points for that.
Oh, I think that might be for the might actually be a good thing, as we'll get into the team later. Kahili.
She is very much a this.
Holy
exists
shit!
character.
Who are you?
She stays out of D tier by because I like the idea of a golfer using in flying types, considering in the whole golf terms being named after birds.
Yeah, birdie. Yeah, but I don't know. He just also like how our club has two cannon stripes.
Yeah, kind of foreshadowing her partner Pokemon.
There, yeah.
A bit of a bold choice having the early bird be the partner of an Elite Four member.
The thing is, she literally comes out of nowhere in the original, and only if you go back and get the flying crystal.
Does she appear in Ultra?
Yeah, there's no. She has
an out of the way one-off appearance.
The problem is
Ultra,
with the Elite Four. The thing is, the Elite Four or Alola are characters you've met,
and then Kahili just doesn't have that.
They're characters you know, and then who are you?
Who the hell is this, and why is she alongside Hala and Acerola?
Okay, she was a former. She was a former. I think she was just a former. She was a former. She had cleared the island challenge before, or then left to play golf. And then was called in to join.
I guess that's a little.
I think
funny.
that's what she tells you. Her family owns the Hano Grand Resort. It's just she doesn't have that. She just
feels kind of.
There's a lot to her character,
but like all of it is just like, oh, this is some information about a character that comes out of nowhere to begin with.
Yeah.
But she's just kind of there.
So into B tier. These ones they're
pretty good.
Agatha, the original tsundere.
Yeah. She has somewhat of an interesting in character. The way she speaks about Professor Oak.
So she has a history with calling him that old.
He used to be handsome.
That old Duff was once tough and handsome. I think I remember some extra details as you learn. You just have so much history.
which is definitely interesting, and it makes sense for a ghost specialist to be dwelling on on past regrets.
Mm-hmm.
That's to be sort of spiteful.
I think that it might actually. So of all the characters I think also among the Elite Four, or changes and among the Elite Four changes, and Joe is in the time skip. If Bruno stayed, Lorelei, I guess, went back to Four Island, or
if you want to follow that theory, transition.
And it now goes by Will.
Will.
Oh, Agatha.
It could be presumed that she might have passed away within the time skip during the time.
And that's a really sad thought.
Yeah, she passed away with all these lingering regrets that were never resolved.
Oh God, you know her. It's just her family history is pretty tragic. Thanks to legends.
Yeah, because as we get to meet Charm. Our main legends, Arceus.
Listen, well,
the fact that she has 2 ace Pokemon, Rhydon
and Gengar.
Rhydon and Gengar implies that she has, her siblings only have 2, the aces of their obvious descendants, Toxicroak for Coin, an ancestor of Saturn,
and Abomasnow for Clover.
Her ancestor of Candace. And, it's been previously, and Agatha and Bertha look kind of similar, so this sort of all but confirms that they're related.
And how also, Charm also had a bad also dealt a bad hand.
And basically being homeless and forced to steal to survive, I wouldn't care for her.
I don't know,
her adoptive sister.
There's just so much, Agatha just has...
There's this layer of tragedy that you kind of have to
that later games expand upon. That has just been expanded upon. And yeah, there's just a lot going. Yeah, it just has a lot going.
Her only real fallacy is that she doesn't get enough screen time.
Yeah, I think among all of them, she gets the least screen time.
She's a very interesting character, and I wish that they were able to delve into her character more.
So, speaking of Will...
Which is why she gets... It's ranked highest out of the Kanto Elite Four.
So then we have Will. At least of before pre-times the original Elite Four.
Or we have...
the new members of the Indigo League.
We have of the masked man and of mysteries. Who somewhat takes on the role, who somewhat appears to be some sort of stage magician.
Yeah, the mask and the
the outfit.
Yeah,
it would definitely be fitting of the psychic type.
Yeah, I think it mainly Will has both a Slowbro and a Jinx. And is also in the first
slot of the Elite Four.
And also his original GSC arena still had ice around it.
So yeah, just some subtle implications there.
But yeah, Will he's I think he's cool.
Will just thought it's such a cool design. So I'm sort of his aura of I'm better than you.
Oh yeah.
That kind of makes you want to overcome this challenge and beat him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just a solid Elite Four member.
Koga got a promotion.
And then that in and of itself is interesting, because it's the only time we've actually seen something like that, not counting the whole Alola Elite Four thing.
Yeah. And he got... and also I think his arena's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. It's like a mini forest biome.
Yeah.
Will definitely be fitting of someone who's tangentially associated with bug types as well as poison.
He uses a fortress, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
That's not even a poison type. Sydney. This guy screams dark type.
Like, he's got that whole punk aesthetic going on. With that hairdo and smirk, wearing the unbuttoned shirt.
Yeah, he
really is a character that just, if you had to guess what type this guy specializes in, Dark would probably be high on that list. And amusingly, when you actually talk to him,
he's actually a pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
Which I think is amusing with how his appearance contrasts his personality.
Yeah. And then we got then we got Drake.
Ake of the Hoenn Elite Four.
An
old sailor whose past isn't really explained to the player.
He might have something to do with the. He might have something to do with the event with Sea Marvel.
Either way, it's clear he's been through a lot.
And also, he's not wearing a shirt.
That's amusing.
He's also not wearing a shirt.
You would expect him to be a water trainer, I suppose.
But yeah,
But Dragon's a good second guess, I suppose. And water's kind of off the table after you've already fought a water gym leader. You know.
Yeah, I think.
Wallace isn't on this tier list?
This is Elite Four.
Oh, this is Elite Four specifically, not Champions.
Yeah, that's a separate list. But yeah, this is how you do a Dragon Specialist. This is how you do a Dragon Elite Four member.
Yeah, he's tough but wise. Aizen wants you to show him what you can do.
Oh, there is a Dragon Specialist who probably does it better than all the others, but I can't. But this isn't. This is only going up to Gen 8.
So we'll get to that character later on. We promise.
Yeah. Then there's Aaron, and I guess the strongest bug specialist.
Supposedly, apparently, the strongest bug specialist in the world. The only one unlucky enough to hold the Elite Four. The only unlucky and skilled enough to hold the title of Elite Four member.
I don't know. He's very weird.
He's a weird guy talking about the beauty and savage strength of bug types.
And also, well, it's back to camp for me.
He just screams eccentric.
Then we have Malva, who I wish they did more with.
I know. The idea of one of the Elite Four members being in cahoots with the evil team is really interesting.
Yeah, she was a part of Team Flare.
Before it disbanded, but then they don't really do much with it.
You just see the only time you see her is like through that holocaster, or it's just through the holocaster, or once. And that's it.
Don't really do much with the concept beyond that.
I mean, you do see her do stuff, and she's involved in the post game in the Looker quest. You just fight her in a fucking hotel.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You can even sit on the couch with her.
You just chill.
I wish they did.
She has the potential to be such an interesting character, but they just.
But like X, really but because it's X and Y, there's just a bunch of missed potential.
Oh, of course.
There's definitely the second most interesting Alice Elite Four member.
Okay, we'll get on to A tier. We have Lucian.
And the reclusive bookworm of the Sinnoh's Elite Four, and a pretty clear trainer of psychic types, judging by his red and purple color scheme. Even the whole, being surrounded by books.
Well, yeah.
Books all the time.
Yeah, you can find. I think you can find him in the library.
Really going in on the whole brain aim relations with a psychic type.
Yeah. Yeah.
I find his design to be quite amusing.
The fucking red suit.
Remember?
Just the red suit. Kind of having a pretty smug.
Smug.
Looks very.
Definitely gives me Will vibes. I wonder if they know each other.
Yeah, but yeah, he's cool. Then we have Seabold. It's his personality. He's a chef.
And one of the most memorable Elite Four members in terms of personality.
He asks you if you consider battling as a form of art. When you say yes,
he agrees with you.
And then there's a cooking metaphor.
He's up a cooking metaphor.
But if you say no,
the camera zooms in on him and he's pissed and he starts yelling at you.
How disrespectful that is.
Again, compares it as battling to cooking as an art form that disappears as soon as it's created.
It's just
and angrily initiates a battle with you.
Oh yeah,
which is amusing considering he does have a Gyarados, which are known for their temper.
Yeah, also yes, like seafood. Actually, I think the first Water Elite Four member.
Oh yeah, actually true. Not the first Water member higher up in the league.
We'll get to him.
But the first Water Elite Four member. And I think still the only one.
I think Koga is also the only poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they really don't have much variety when it comes to
Elite Four types.
I
haven't got a normal Elite Four member either. I mean, well, almost, but we not quite.
Yeah. Hollow. I think same point. It basically same as what I've said. There's what I've said from yesterday.
More so, he doesn't quite make S tier as an Elite Four member, or kind of due to be kept out of top tier, or by merit of having the unfair advantage of already being an existing character that plays another role in the game.
I think I can say that about the others, about Olivia and Ace Rolla too.
Olivia and Ace Rolla too. Like, we're lumping them all together because they're all A tier. The idea is cool, but they don't quite reach the top tier because they weren't designed. They weren't initially conceived as Elite Four members.
Well, I mean, yeah. So, though, I mean, probably originally the Kahunas were just the Elite Four.
Yeah, I am guessing that. But like in context of the game, they do have this advantage over other characters, and I feel like it's a bit unfair to rank them in S tier.
I think it's cool that Elite behind Ace Rolla's reasoning
was because Nanu didn't want to be part of the Elite Four, and Hapu wasn't.
She literally
became a Kahuna, and what. They didn't know she was quite prepared for that role.
The thing was because Nanu didn't want another burden.
And a bear, so Ace Rolla went instead because she thought it'd be fun. He was there because Hapu, still getting used to being a Kahuna, don't want to pile this on her too.
So then we have. All right, then on to S tier. Yeah, this really doesn't take. That's thank God nowhere near as long here.
Here, the best Elite Four members that the series has to offer, and we start with Karen.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. The only Karen. And I'd let speak to the manager.
Yeah.
Karen really should be. Karen should be.
Karen honestly feels more like the character who should be champion.
And her whole.
And she's very inspirational. And has this speech about
how it doesn't matter what strong on Pokemon, weak Pokemon. Those are just those are nothing but the selfish claims. There's nothing but selfish claims by trainers.
And really, yeah, nearly any Pokemon can be useful in some regard.
I don't know how you should.
It's just a matter of.
You should try and win with your favorites.
You should try to win with your favorites.
Which
is very true. Sometimes you kind of lose the magic and charm when you stop caring about anything but stats.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll admit, I'm very guilty of that, though.
Karen sort of serves as a reminder her to watch herself. I'll fall in love with it's some Pokemon that maybe aren't the greatest at fighting, but that you think have charm of their own. And I think that's a great message.
Bitch, I brought on my noon to the champion and once.
Yes. And on top of that, yeah, she is a really is just a damn strong trainer too.
Yeah,
So being our first dark specialist.
Is despite being a dark specialist, despite using dark types, she's
she's a very kind-hearted individual.
Very caring.
Very caring.
I'll excuse myself. Next is
So Karen did it first. Karen sort of does the same thing Sydney did, but Karen did it first.
Yep. So then we have Flint, and then one of the Elite Four member. I think might be the first time you meet an Elite Four member.
Or outside of the Elite Four.
Yeah.
Or before you challenge the Elite Four.
Yeah, or you challenge them.
So,
Flint is involved in actually getting you to fight Volkner.
So that's really cool.
Oh yeah, he has a history with. Right, yeah. Right, yeah. He has a history with Volkner, and then being longtime friends.
And that he's actually the one who sort of informs you about how Volkner, or hey, could you? Hey, I've tried talking to him, but he's not taking me seriously. Could you do this for me?
You even fight them together in the fight area. They also both show up in the villa together.
God, these bitches gay.
Yeah.
And of course he's got that dumb on here. And I guess his design is fine for a fire specialist. It's got yellow and red. I guess if you were to guess a type, you'd guess fire.
Yeah. And then the entire Unova Elite Four.
Yeah, no joke. They're all just such cool characters. Or with their own sort of super charming aspects.
We have Chantal, who I think.
The fan fiction writer.
Yes, she's an author. And her arena is one giant library.
There's a giant haunted library that you climb up because libraries associated with. It's common in haunted place, in fiction.
Yeah, I like how
make with a ghost specialist.
I like how the Elite Four are chambers and in Gen 5 are like miniature homes.
Homes for the Elite Four members. It's very charming, and you even get lifted up by little floating spirits. It's on your way to reach Chantal.
And also she can tell you random. She can mention random. She also just mention random trivia.
And talk about characters from other regions.
And I think Volkner. She mention Volkner. I think in the Japanese version she mentioned. She actually mentions Agatha and Bertha.
On how they might be, how they're similar to each other.
But she's never asked.
Which, yeah, actually, there is. That's actually the first time they've been implied to be related. And before it was actually confirmed in Legends, that was left out of the English localization for some reason.
And she's just.
And she's just such a cool, little, cute design.
God, fucking nerd. So I think the Elite Four were all meant to be based on. The Elite Four idea was that they. I think the original idea was. It was something to be based on these. And to be in contrast.
Yeah, contrast.
As Chantal and Grimsley are also based on. Also meant to be a specific. Chantal is meant to be a cat girl.
Yeah. And Grimsley's meant to be more of a fox boy.
Vampire.
Vampire.
Vampire and cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a weird contribute.
Vampire. Vampire and cat. But I think, speaking of Grimsley, look at this dude. Look at this dude's arena.
Look at this smug guy.
He's got a fucking couch.
that he lounges on. And also has a gambling addiction.
And his animation is him throwing a coin.
Flipping a coin. And even in his movesets, I believe he relies on a lot of luck, on inaccurate or luck dependent strategies.
We'll see that in the we'll see that in the team,
which is just more icing on the cake for solidifying Grimsley's character.
And among all characters who return in Gen 7,
they brought Grimsley back.
I can. He wears black and white now.
Clever. And then asks you a trick question, and before giving you the Sharpedo jet.
Also, apparently he has a Skarmory.
Yeah.
And that it doesn't matter what my Skarmory would catch it anyways. It's weird. I think it's also from Grimsley that I think in his concept art there confirms where it confirms the game Gen 7 is 2 years after.
It's 2 years after Black 2 and White 2.
If you even care about continuity at this point.
Yeah.
Because Game Freak sure doesn't.
Yeah.
So Grim. He's
just so cool. The fact that he reappears and sort of is cool too. He's got a really interesting character and philosophy. It's fun.
Then Caitlin, who was actually first appeared in Platinum,
which blew my mind. I didn't know she was from Sinnoh when I first played Black and White.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the battle.
She's the frontier brain.
The frontier brain of the battle castle. Although Darak battles you in her place because, well, it's said that, and it's revealed that, well, Caitlin has as powerful psychic abilities, and when she gets upset, like, say, losing a Pokemon battle, they go off and destroy everything around her.
So, yeah, that's why Darak...
That's why she wasn't allowed to battle. And after growing up, she has gotten these powers under control, and now resides as part of the Art of Universe Elite Four.
Almost a little too under control.
Well, to the point where she seems like she's barely there.
It's just like her arena in the first game is just, it's just a fucking, she just,
bed.
Yeah.
She seems barely conscious when you fight her, which is sort of creepy almost.
Yeah, almost too controlled.
Is she drugged?
I have no idea, but either way, yeah. Also, she owns a villa on Undella Town.
Yeah.
That in some places you could that I think during the spring and summer you can during spring and summer or random or certain characters will show up and sorry, I was just looking for the bathroom. Oh, good lord.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. She just has a lot of. Though I'm not comfortable with her demanding you receive castle points.
Yeah, because of the acronym of that being a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I'll go, and Marshall, who was a student who was trained by Iolder.
And as a result, is extremely loyal to him. He's sort of a no-nonsense fighter guy, and I in the same vein as Bruno.
Oh, but there's more going on with him,
and with sort of his history, and in the post game in Black and White, there's actually an interaction with him and Sharon where he sort of talks to Sharon about. And asking him what he plans on doing after he becomes sheriff.
Well, what does he want to do now?
Like, what does he want to do now? It sort of helps Sharon figure out who he is and what he do.
Yeah.
The mentor, the student becomes the mentor in a sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's really
also
cool.
Marshall's the one who blocks you from going to Twist Mountain in Black and White too.
So it's cool that he has a little appearance there.
Yeah, the Univo Elite Four is just
really just absolute bangers.
Yeah, they're just so much depth,
so much personality
into them. Now, do these hold up when judging their teams?
Let's see how well that is the case.
Let's find out.
Starting with...
Also, I think it got one of the things. Did you say this? These are only based on your first encounter with them.
Some of the don't have rematches, and it would be unfair to rank, say,
the Kalos Elite Four
or against Kalos Elite Four against Bruto's HGSS rematch.
Yeah. So let's. What?
We're doing a video.
What?
We're doing today's video.
Okay. Grandma can get them.
Grandma can get them.
Yeah.
God. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
This happens every day.
So, all right. Let's start with Lance. He has 2 rematch teams as an Elite Four member.
Or one
in Fire Red and Leaf Green.
And one in Let's Go.
Oh, it's basically just the same, except he has a Kingdra instead of another Dragonite.
Now let's see. How does he counter Ice types?
He doesn't.
He has Flamethrower on one of his Dragonites.
Mm-hmm.
And also, in case you didn't notice, 2 of his team members aren't even Dragon type.
Mm-hmm.
He uses Gyarados and Aerodactyl.
Yeah.
In a rematch team.
For some reason, they didn't want to give post-game trainers Hoenn Muds.
Even though...
Because, I don't know, because you couldn't obtain them?
This is still dumb.
Yeah, right. Tell that to GSC.
Yeah.
Where you can't obtain in Kanto starters without the time capsule.
Yeah.
Or the fossils.
But they're still used.
It was yeah, sure. Very valid argument. And here.
It's just so dumb.
This team sucks.
And what about Let's Go?
What?
Yeah. Oh, also, did I mention that he has 6?
No, wait. We're not going over to not rematch team.
Rematch? No, that's not rematch even.
We're not going over rematch.
No, remember?
Right.
No
rematch.
Even ignoring that, looking at his default team is pitiful. He has let's see what types he uses. Normal, Dragon, in Flying, Rock, Dark.
Did I mention one of the dark move was on Gyarados?
And it's Bite. So
Pre-split.
Pre-split, so it's a special move on Gyarados.
Same goes for Twister.
Yeah, so... Oh. Dark might as well not even count. Mm-hmm. So he has... And his flying move is Wing Attack, and Rock move's Ancient Power. And his normal move's Hyper Beam. What the fuck is this team? The movesets are horrible.
So, what up? Let's go. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Seadra? Seadra. Fucking Seadra.
I wonder why they gave him that. I wonder why they gave him Seadra.
And also, all of his Pokemon have 3 moves.
And also, yeah, he now has, Gyarados, Aerodactyl, and Charizard.
Now, Charizard... No, this is not the rematch. Oh, my fucking God. What...
Birdkeeper Lance.
All flying types except Seadra this time.
Birdkeeper Lance.
Let's see, what types does he counter ice? Just with... Oh, wait. Charizard doesn't have a fire move.
Why do none of the trainers in Let's Go have full move sets?
Charizard doesn't have a fire move. Look at the fucking... No. Ignore the rematch. Look at fucking... He has Fire Punch on Dragonite and Rock Slide on Aerodactyl.
Nice.
It just... Well,
Terrible.
3 moves.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
What the hell?
And then there's... Okay, who... Okay, what sexist asshole decided to... I had a sexist asshole decided to put it have an ice and have an ice specialist in Hoenn, and where there's only two whole lines.
Really?
Repeats.
We have
two
Glalie and 2 Frostlass.
It's even worse. It's
even worse than Ruby and Saph in Hoenn. 2 Glalie, 2 Celios, and a Walrein in both Hoenn games. And the movesets are terrible. Normal, ice, as well as Shadow Ball, Crunch, and Surf. On 1 Pokemon each.
Oh, no.
And an ORAS. The movesets are... Oh, would you look at that? What types does she cover? Ice, Ghost, Dark, Water, and Fairy. And oh, what about Ice's weaknesses?
None.
Rock. She has Walrein for rock types, I guess, and for fire types. And what about fighting types? Frostlass is... It has Draining Kiss.
One of them does.
And one of them has Draining Kiss, and it can't be hit by fighting moves. Oh, and there's no... and Walrein's only a defensive answer to Steel. Well, there's no actual offensive answer to it. It's just... The insanely low amount of moveset variety is insane. And not even Pokemon variety with 3 species on her team. All 4 of her team members are from the same family.
Yeah, this sucks.
Oh my fucking god, it's terrible.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
So sorry to say this, but
Hala,
your Elite Four team in Sun and Moon
is
your initial Elite Four team is fucking terrible. 3 of his Pokemon have 2 moves. That includes his Ace, which is abominable. Which sucks.
All of them have most of them have dark moves.
Oh wow, he counters Psychic.
Doesn't counter Fairy.
No Fairy counter at all. How many damaging moves how many damaging types does he have? Fighting, Dark, Dragon, Water, Ice. That's 5. His Ace is abominable. Enough said about that.
His team is also pretty slow.
Most of his team is slow. Primeape is the only Pokemon with a full moveset. And it has both Punishment and Pursuit for some reason.
I don't.
His Beware doesn't even have normal stab.
What the fuck?
Instead it opts for Brutal Swing when 2 of his previous Pokemon had dark moves.
I don't know why Gen 7 had a tendency to do that.
Literally across his whole team, there's a total of 13 moves. When there should be 20.
Into C tier. I guess they pass.
They're kind of bad, but like there's at least an attempt.
Bruno. Well, if you look at his... Well, let's look at how he started. Let's look at how he started. Well, you have his abysmal. You have his abysmal red
and blue team with 2 Onyxes, a Hitmonlee Enchant with 2 special moves, and a Machamp with Leer. Also, did I mention that most of the moves on this team are normal type? Like, no exaggeration, more than half of the moves here are normal. That's 11 moves out of 20 are normal type moves.
Poliwrath and Primeape exist, right?
Right? No, it's just in terms of countering weaknesses, Psychic. Absolutely fucking nothing. No bug or ghost moves. Which I don't think any fighting types could learn, to be fair, but still. And
Flying.
he has Onyx, one of the worst Gen 1 Pokemon.
The attack stat of a Pidgey.
With the attack stat of a Pidgey.
And
also, did I mention the Onyxes have identical movesets, which consist of Rock Throw, Rage, Slam, and Harden?
By the way, Slam is 7, like I think like 80 accuracy.
Slam is like an 80 accuracy move.
Rock Throw is 65.
65 accuracy?
Yep.
Jesus, it was that inaccurate.
Gen 1 Rock Throw is terrible.
An Onyx that can't hit anything, and even if it does, it's not doing any damage. And he has that twice.
But okay, does his yellow team get better?
No,
well,
exact same
some
Pokemon.
of the movesets are.
The movesets are. Okay, his Onyxes one has Dig and one has Earthquake now. One's higher leveled.
Hitmonchan
Man is worse. It can only hit you with special moves.
Right.
Just the elemental punches and double team. And guess what? Guess what? Now, only exactly half of the moves on this team are normal.
Yeah. GSC.
He has all 3 Hitmons. Still got special Hitmonchan. And the fucking... the moveset variety didn't improve in the slightest.
Also, Hitmontop's moveset is really exploitable.
It has a Detect, Quick Attack, which if you bring a Gengar, a Haunter or Gengar, it can't hit. Dig, which you could predict and switch out on
or like use Protect.
You use Protect or Pursuit, which isn't a strong move and it's a special move. Literally, his Hitmontop is a sitting duck.
Okay, how about Fire Red and Leaf Green? Well, they made the smart decision and didn't give.
If Hitmonchan the Elemental Punches, it's still not very good.
It's getting better.
Getting a little better.
How about it? Oh, come on.
All right, HGSS.
First, how about his Let's Go?
Let's go.
Oh, look. They gave him Poliwrath.
They gave him Poliwrath.
And Hitmonchan that doesn't have that, that can actually use the punches.
That's an improvement.
But they all only have 3 moves.
In HGSS, is that what we said was his best team?
Let's see. Well, I mean, yeah. All right, HGSS.
Has all 3 Hitmons, all running special moves.
Hitmon...
Physical. No, oh god.
What?
All running physical moves, with Hitmonlee having Blaze Kick, Hitmonchan actually taking advantage of the punches.
And Iron Fist.
And Iron Fist. That thing has
No Guard
4
Machamp.
boosted punches. No Guard Machamp with the inaccurate...
Cross Chop and Rock Slide.
Cross Chop and Rock Slide to take advantage of it.
Still has that Onyx.
I don't know why Machamp has Foresight. Oh, to hit ghosts, I guess. Even though it can just use Rock Slide.
Yeah. No Guard means it won't... it can hit you even during 2-turn moves.
Oh, really? That's how it works?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's weird.
Yeah. Because I know, Rock Slide can hit you... Rock Slide can hit you...
Mm-hmm. And his Onyx is...
Well, it's still Onyx.
Still Onyx.
Hey, it can set up Sandstorm for itself.
For just itself. Even though it hurts whatever comes out after.
This is... It's
an attempt. Even though he still does not do very well at addressing his weaknesses.
Well, he counters flying.
Counters flying with Machamp's Rock Slide well now.
And Hitmonchan can actually hit it. It can actually...
Fun. Psychic. Oh, he has absolutely no Psychic counter on this team.
Because he got rid of Pursuit.
He got rid of Pursuit, even though it's a physical move now and actually would have been good to include over counter.
But yeah, this is Bruno's best team, but
it's just passable.
Just passable. Well,
Hitmonchan and a Machamp are admirable, but he still has an Onyx.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, and yeah, it's mainly the Kalos Elite Four.
The Kalos Elite Four.
Main reason why
Oh dear God.
One of the main reasons we don't have one of the main reasons we're only talking about first round.
Because these teams would not stack up against any rematches.
Oh god,
they're just not good. They're just so bad.
So yeah, nothing to really counter. Nothing to counter. Nice wild charge on Pyroar.
Nice wild charge on your special attacking Pyroar.
Nothing to really counter weakness that is that well.
Fire. Wild charge isn't the fire. Wild charge is the only water counter on the team. She doesn't even have anything that sets up sun.
She's got Earthquake for
rock move or rock attackers. Oh, and Talonflame's only she has a defensive counter for ground and Talonflame.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess is all right. Like, just all right. She tries to counter one or some of her weaknesses, even though she doesn't do a very good job at it. And of course, only having 4 Pokemon hurts her a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just, yeah.
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 Yeah. You know, nothing. It's not as a. All right. Okay, then we have.
Then we have Drasna.
Probably same problem.
I'm assuming same problems. Now, how does she counter Ice and Fairy? We shall see.
Well, she has Dragalge.
There's Dragalge for Fairy, which is a pretty solid counter in and of itself.
Nothing to really.
And she has Flamethrower on Noivern for Ice, even though it's a Pokemon that's quad weak to Ice.
I mean, it's fast.
It's fast, so it will probably move first. But if she doesn't one-shot, yeah, I can't see. If she doesn't one-shot,
yeah.
yeah, she's not. No.
No.
And it's an attempt. It's a solid attempt, but not enough to get into B tier.
Yeah.
And speaking of B tier, this is where most of the Elite Four resides. Just good.
Good.
Yeah, most of them are good. Starting with Lorelei. All right. What are we looking at in Fire Red, Leaf Green?
Oh, nothing to.
She counters grass super well with all the ice, with everything having an ice move, even though Cloisters is non-damaging. And still. My God.
Get down.
Axel.
Get down.
Move him. Please move him. I can't see my move. After we're done with this video. Relatively soon. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, Lorelei.
Lorelei, she does not do absolutely anything to counter electric. Nothing as a ground move. And even though I'm sure at least something can learn a ground move.
Yeah.
And like, I know most of her team's special attackers, but can't something Earthquake?
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see here. Again, three move problem.
Nothing to counter or ground still, even though, and arguably does a bit of a worse job countering in Molten Grass.
Mm-hmm.
So Jinx is running Blizzard, and Jinx and Lapras are running Blizzard, which, as we all know, is not really reliable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Dugong's running Ice Shard. It's a physical Dugong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude. Ooh, it's just not very good.
And it's also just a Dugong.
And Dugong's not very good in general. And of course, yeah, you have the whole... Yeah.
I don't know what... I'm not... I mean...
Moveset's just not great.
What keeps her out? Keeps her out of C.
Keeps her out of C.
I mean,
I think it is the really hard grass counters.
And also just has some... at least they can take hits.
And she does have tanky Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which I suppose is some merit. Slowbro with Flamethrower is an off-the-wall pick that could catch some people off guard.
Yeah.
Or if they're running grass.
If you wanted to send out a grass type for it.
Don't forget Slowbro. Even though it doesn't do... It's not really much different from else.
Yeah. Oh, Agatha. Oh God, Agatha.
Agatha.
Oh, you might as well be a
You might as well be a poison specialist.
it's because I don't need to fucking go over two Haunter. Oh no.
Over Miss Two Haunter.
And oh, now it's two Gengar.
Two Gengar, Arbok, Golbat, and Weezing.
They just doubled down on.
I guess there's a good reason she was replaced with Koga, because she might as well have already been a poison specialist.
Also, again, seriously, 3 moves.
All right, weaknesses.
Oh.
You know, we're gonna go over how she counters poison's weaknesses, because that's what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
All right, ground.
Well, if this were,
Golbat. Golbat exists.
No abilities.
These mean the Gengars.
Well,
the Weezing isn't levitating.
Mm-hmm.
And so that doesn't counter ground. Nothing really does counter ground.
For
Psychic, she has Crunch on and Shadow Balls. Yeah, she has Crunch or Shadow Ball on everything. So
yeah.
she does try. Let's do a good job countering Psychic.
But yeah. But God, she might as well
Might as well be a poison specialist. How did these two stay out of C tier?
I don't know. It was just their selection.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm a bit confused on that regard.
God damn, that should really be should be a Crobat.
Really
Also, Arbok among all poison types.
Arbok, one of the most mid poison types ever. One of the most mid Pokemon ever.
Also, they like removed all kinds of all fuckery.
So she's not trying.
Yeah, at least in
that's how she escaped C tier. Her ability be to fuck with you in an FRLG.
Yeah, the Agatha lottery.
The Agatha lottery in Fire Red Leaf Green. Her being another troll.
They removed
that's what we consider her best team.
Because she's meant to fuck with you. And also, half her team is immune to ground.
With Gengars all having Levitate because of this.
And yeah, Golbat.
Actually, everything except Arbok is immune to ground.
And I guess it has Intimidate.
Which has Intimidate to make ground moves weaker on it anyways.
Mm-hmm. So you're probably just going to bring a Psychic type here.
Yeah, which, to be fair, everything has Bite or Shadow Ball. Actually.
Wait, Ghost is physical.
Ghost is physical and Dark is special, so all of these are hitting with inferior attack stats.
But it's just
and her Haunter can't deal direct damage.
Yeah.
Because it has to put you to sleep and use Dream Eater.
Yeah, she can do damn it.
She's attempting to poison, confuse, put to sleep.
Deal residual damage with Nightmare and Curse.
So, yeah, that's really Agatha's thing.
And that's what keeps her out. That's what keeps her out of.
She has a very unique feel among Elite Four members.
Yeah.
Next is Will.
Oh, well, okay. Ignoring the shame.
Ignoring the horrible GSC team with 2 Xatu.
Well, I mean, just the poor movesets.
Poor movesets, 2 identical Xatu.
All right, how does?
Right, the Xatu, one has as me for Urston U-turn, the other has Honest Wind and Aerial Ace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at least they're differentiated. Jinx is now.
Why does it have Ice Punch?
I don't know why Jinx has Ice Punch and an Ice Beam though. Oh, Slowbro has Curse and Amnesia. It's attempting to tank you.
Executor has Reflect.
Act 2 will cover how Psychic types are usually less physically defensive.
It doesn't have a Grass move.
No, it doesn't have a. Has what's for Egg Bomb instead of a Grass move for some reason.
Yeah, actually, he does have some kind of strategy. It's just the fucking physical Jinx, though.
The physical, no, it's not really. It has Psychic
and Double Slap.
It has Double Slap and Ice Punch for some reason. I don't know what the deal with that is.
Yeah. All right, Water Pulse is to use for confusion.
Yeah.
And on a Slowbro.
Yeah, it's tempting to stall you. to confuse you and mess with stats.
That's there's some. There is some strategy here.
There's some degree of strategy to this one.
Koga. Then I guess basically, then like the rest of the rest of this is Elite Four.
The rest of the Indigo League, really. Koga. The actual poison specialist, who doesn't have a full poison team. Instead, he has a fortress.
Yeah, I guess
instead of a wheezing.
I don't know. I guess to mess with ground type.
Yeah, it's probably to throw a wrench.
Actually, half his team. Actually, most of his team isn't weak.
Most of his team isn't weak to ground. Three of them are neutral on and Krobas immune.
Mm-hmm.
Muck having minimize in black sludge can be devastating
and toxic. Most of them are.
Most of the his team is mostly stallers. Ariados has spiderweb and baton pass. I don't know what the baton pass is for over just switching normally.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
Her fortress can protect, set up toxic spikes, and then probably explode afterwards. Muck has the whole toxic gunk shot minimize. It can also screech you.
Though his whole double team thing falls up.
And the screeching sort of tempts you to switch to not get killed by gunk shot, which activates toxic spikes, like on your Pokemon.
Though you can completely troll him by sending him by having a Skarmory with aerial ace.
Yep.
Or just bringing in something with bring something in with aerial ace.
Ace and his entire plan falls apart.
Yeah.
It is funny that there's a single move that you could just spam and ruin him.
Or Shockwave if something can learn that.
Just bring a move that never misses.
Yeah.
And then you kind of throw his whole accuracy play out the window.
Oh yeah. Though he is still pretty vulnerable to Psychic. Well, half of the Elite Four is.
Surprisingly, he has 3 bug types, and none of them have a damaging bug move.
Yeah. Ariados if I'm correct, I don't think Ariados got X's or.
Pretty sure it got Mega Horn by breeding.
Yeah, through breeding.
That should count.
I don't know. But yeah, Koga at least has a strategy here.
You're even if it can be broken through if you think about it.
Yeah. Karen.
Her initial team does lose a few points for having Gengar and Vileplume on it.
And also a Murkrow. So, hey, where's the Sneasel?
Yeah, actually, she should have had Sneasel instead of, probably Gengar. Sneasel instead of Gengar. You know, it would have been even better if she could have Honchkrow and Weavile.
Which her rematch team actually does have.
Well, you know what team I would give her? Umbreon, Houndoom, Honchkrow, Weavile, and Tyranitar.
Oh, sure. Oh, fuck you.
If Lance can have Dragonites, Karen can and is allowed a single Tyranitar.
Mm-hmm.
Or that can be easily countered by a physical fighting.
Gosh, she's the last member of the Elite Four.
Or she deserves to have a pseudo-legendary, and they squandered the opportunity for
it. It's funny weird that no major.
Actually, yeah, they do. Most final Elite Four challenges, either an Elite Four member or the champion, have a pseudo-legendary.
Yeah, you have.
So it's completely bizarre that Karen doesn't.
You got Drake with Salamence, and so you meant Lance as an Elite Four member and
There's Dragonite.
Steven has a Metagrow.
Lance is champion also has Dragonite. Maybe that's why he didn't do it.
Leon has Dragapult.
Diantha has Goodra.
Iris has Hydreigon.
And they don't do it in Black and White 1 though.
Oh yeah.
I guess because Hydreigon gets his ace and didn't have a good reason to be on Alder's team.
Yeah.
Sinnoh. Cynthia has Garchomp. At least Drake still exists in Emerald.
Yeah.
Old nowadays. Yeah, in Alola. Is Alola the only time that didn't happen?
I think it might be.
I don't think anything has a pseudo on in the level as Elite Four.
No, I don't think there is. I think
unless Olivia has a Tyranitar.
Oh no, Mullane has a Metagross.
Mullane has a Metagross. In Sun and Moon, there is no.
Yeah.
No one has a pseudo legendary, and in Scarlet and Violet, Hassel's Ace suspects Caliber.
So, but yeah, so this team is just.
It could use some work. It would be functional.
I know gotta keep the teams faithful.
I guess.
Yay. Hey, but seriously, if you weren't fucking around, you would have given her. Probably would have given her a
Hotch Crow. Maybe it'll be Vile too.
Seriously, what? Vileplume and Gengar, what?
Vileplume's a fun thing to see.
Acid.
Even if it has
acid and Petal Dance.
Petal Dance is fine. Acid, not Sludge Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it can learn Sludge Bomb. Why'd you give it Acid?
Umbreon's team on set is a little weird.
It has...
Double Team, Confuse Ray, Payback, and Feint Attack.
It's mainly trying to...
Oh, it has Synchronize.
I guess that's trying to Double Team and prevent you from raising your accuracy with Feint Attack.
Uh-huh.
Not raising your evasion with Feint Attack.
Yeah, it's there's something going on here.
Here?
Destiny Bond, Gengar, Whirlwind, and Murkrow. Houndoom just straight up has Nasty Plot.
So that's great.
Yeah, Stunspore and Moonlight, Vileplume.
To paralyze you and maybe get some free heals in.
Yeah.
And without going through a full store supply. Gengar's Focus Blast is an admittedly funny counter to nothing.
Yeah.
It just exists. And I thought it was funny that it has
She doesn't really counter her types that it kind of counters is fighting.
With Gengar's immunity, Vileplume's resistance, and
I guess
technically Murkrow. Oh, and Bug has Houndoom, Gengar, and Murkrow. And it's neutral on Vileplume. Actually, Umbreon's the only one vulnerable to Bug.
Yeah.
Bug. Hell, even if this was even if this was modern day, a Vileplume, Gengar, or a Houndoom would counter Fairy.
Yeah. Or yeah, assuming that. Well, assuming this. Yeah.
So that's interesting. Wonder if we'll get a chance to see that anytime soon.
So, but yeah, Karen. Yeah. Then we have a.
Let's get into some Hoenns.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
What were they thinking having a Ghost Elite Four member in Hoenn?
2 Bayonets, 2 Dusclops, Sableye.
Why?
2 Bayonet. That's
Dusclops, Dusk Noir, and Sableye. Wow. Okay, that aside, there are some cool moves here, like Psychic, like she's got Psychic, Power Gem, Foul Play, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and Fire Punch on Drift.
Dusk Noir.
Dusk Noir. I don't know how to say Drift. It's not the best coverage, but how does she? But he counter Dark types. Oh, she doesn't. Nothing has a fairy or fighting move.
Wait, what's Prankster doing on?
And also, why is a Sableye with no status moves running Planks? Oh, right, because the other option's Stall.
They literally gave Sableye an ability that makes it even worse.
I would have given it. Isn't Speed like one of its only good stats?
No, it's pretty. No, it's slow.
Oh, speaking of Sableye, I'm fighting one right now.
Yeah, it's. I really wish they used. Megas in the initial matches.
That would make these so much better.
Shoot up, man! Megas, Sableye, Glalie, Absolent, on Salamence.
Yeah. But alas, they do not do such a thing.
She barely gets out of seat here. E-tier, and at least
At least she has a Dusknoir, which is just a really good Pokemon in general.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the only really good Pokemon on the team.
All right, then we have next up is the only Unova Elite Four member in this.
In this tier, Marshall.
Okay, this is all right. Let's see. Let's see his Let's see his initial. Let's see his See his. All right.
Of course, he has the downside of having only 4 Pokemon.
And he doesn't really counter fight. He doesn't counter or psychic that well. Doesn't counter psychic. Definitely counters flying.
Counters flying because everything has Stone Edge. Well, okay, with Bane Shell's right.
Fuck you, Sock.
But that's Sock. Fuck you, Sock. All right. And with Psychic, he just has payback on Throw.
Mm-hmm.
Which he should have had on Sock, considering it's the one with Sturdy.
Mm-hmm. Also, it deals more damage. It deals more damage if it moves last.
So I guess that is why it's on Throw, because Throw is slower.
Yeah.
Still, if you wanted a dark move, give one to Sock.
All right, how about in Black and White too?
Black and White too. It's the exact same team, maybe some different moves.
Oh, Sock does have payback.
Sock has they both have payback now, so that's an improvement. Main Shao has bounce.
Should we? Were we counting his challenge mode team?
I think we were. On challenge mode, he adds Lucario, and I think we weren't.
No, we weren't.
We weren't counting challenge mode because that's a thing only the Unova Elite Four get access
So
to.
yeah, right, we weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just He tries.
He tries to counter his weaknesses. He is actually worse at countering flying in Black 2 White 2.
I mean, yeah, his Pokemon are pretty strong. They're pretty strong though.
Yeah.
At least he's not Bruno.
Yeah.
Then we have next up would be okay. Next up would be Wickstrom.
Yep.
Again, only 4. Only 4 Pokemon. Oh, he's got a Scizor.
So that's cool.
Technician Bullet Punch.
Ooh, cool.
Punch, Sturdy Probo Pass.
All right, and Steel's weaknesses are fire, fighting, and ground. So fighting, he has Aegislash, Scizor.
Scizor's
neutral on Scizor and Klefki, and Klefki has he has Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, he actually counters fighting really well.
Also, actually takes advantage of Prankster.
Or on Klefki with Spikes.
Also, he has an Aegislash,
which is just a really good Pokemon, even if the AI is probably not the smartest thing using it.
No, they've actually.
No, he does use King Shield quite a bit to switch forms.
Trust me, I know.
Actually, yeah. So his Aegislash is very much a threat at.
He should have had should have had a Mega Scizor.
He really should have. They really should have given them Megas. They could have Gyarados or Seabolt, or Scizor or Wickstrom, Malva.
Well, they could have given them.
Malva. What other? Were there any fires that weren't Charizard? Houndoom for Malva.
Oh wait, she uses that in the anime.
Yes, she does. She has Mega Houndoom in the anime, and Drasna.
Oh, they could have given her Garchomp.
Garchomp. I think Mega Garchomp being the highest BST Pokemon in the Elite Four was probably not done because Drasna would have been harder than Diantha.
Mega Garchomp is slower.
Oh yeah, true. So
Mega Garchomp is
it's
slower.
less likely to actually kill you because it can die easily. Oh yeah, I think I remember Mega Garchomp's actually worse than regular Garchomp.
Yeah.
Due to being so slow.
Yeah, it loses 10 point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we got and there's Olivia.
As Elite Four team.
Yeah, but isn't she at least? Yeah, one of the Elite Four members that wasn't. Yeah, because Paula was the only one that was replaced.
So she does have.
She has two different.
She's two different.
Three move sets. Carbank. I get it's thematic, but
like with the total jewelry thing. Come on, it's Carbank.
Let's see. Quad week to fighting.
Quad week to grass. Quad week to ground. Quad week to fighting. And ground.
Quad week to steel.
Quad week to steel.
Yeah,
all of her team have quad weaknesses except her ace.
This team has the stench of quad weaknesses.
Like really, everything has a quad weakness except for Lycanroc.
Yeah. Alright, how does her Ultra team?
Is her Ultra team better? It's the exact same.
No, wait, that's a rematch team.
That's a rematch team.
Wait, Ultra
team.
Well,
okay, that's more interesting.
The Hoenn fossils and
Hoenn fossils
and
got rid
of the stupid.
Thank God she got rid of this. The fucking Carbank.
These two still only have 2 moves, and also not. This one doesn't have the stench of quad weaknesses.
So it is actually somewhat solid.
And then also
the exit is all right. So how does she counter weaknesses? Fighting.
Actually, she lost the counter to fighting.
She lost her fighting counter in Carbank technically. All right, grass. Oh yeah, Armaldo OSX scissor. Cradily, it's neutral on Cradily and Probopass.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and what about fighting? No wait, should we just talk about fighting?
Yeah.
Steel. Earth power on Probopass. It's also neutral on it.
Voltos on Gigalith.
Voltos on Gigalith too.
It's not running Sandstream though.
And
I'm not running Sturdy though.
Oh, it's running Sandstream, so it'll probably die.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, Sandstream is actually.
Though it is redundant giving her Probopass Sandstorm when that comes out. Usually comes out right after Gigalith had already set up Sandstream.
Yeah.
And then there's the Steel, which she has no counter to except Earth power. Yeah, we talked about Steel. What was that other weakness?
Fire. No, water.
Water has no counter. No Energy Ball and Cradily.
Yeah.
So she does an okay job trying to counter her weaknesses except fighting.
Yeah.
And overall, her Ultra team just has a way better roster of Pokemon on it.
Yeah. Seriously, what the fuck?
Compared to whatever the hell was going on in the original games.
Fucking what?
Ends with a Carbank on the team and everything having quad weaknesses.
Mm-hmm. And next up would be Acerola.
Yep. It was the last B tier.
Yeah, I think last of the B tier.
Last B tier, Acerola. Oh, the last of the Alola Elite Four.
Wait, why does she have a full move set?
Why does she have full move sets on her Pokemon? What? Okay. I find it amusing how that implies that Acerola is more competent at battling than the Kahunas are.
Yeah.
Real strongest champion in Alola, confirmed.
All
right. Either way, a real strongest champion in Alola isn't particularly strong, I suppose. How does she deal with dark types? She straight up doesn't. She has one weakness to counter, and she doesn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, she has some good move variety, good team overall. All the mostly special Delmise is weird. You're running Whirlpool as water coverage.
Mm-hmm. Sableye.
I
don't know if you have a Mimikyu.
Yeah, they should have replaced Sableye with Mimikyu. Mimikyu's way better.
That also would be
and would counter dark types.
And also it's Mimikyu only has 2 weaknesses. And
Mimikyu would have really solved most of her problems.
And with Gen 7 and Disguise is too.
Yeah, Gen 7 Disguise.
As having no Fuzz Eater. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Axel's just being gross. She ditched maybe she just ditched Sableye.
Yep.
She ditched Sableye for Bayonet.
Bayonet, which admittedly isn't much better. She still has the special Delmise.
But she doesn't have like Gengar or Mimikyu.
Yeah, why didn't she have either of those?
Get up here.
There's like some really solid, strong ghost types, and she didn't get either.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird that they did that.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it is the questionable choice. Yeah, and also, yeah, it doesn't counter her weaknesses that well. Oh. So that's all of B tier.
Now A tier, great teams. Maybe with like one or two small issues.
There's Sydney. Starting with Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
These dudes' teams are all over the place.
Yeah. Really hard. Teams are all over the place in quality.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What do we got?
For whatever reason.
Well, in Ruby and Set, Shift Tree, Cacturn, Mighty Anna, Sharpedo, and...
Oh. All physical attackers. Oops.
Oh, like they swapped out they swapped out a Sharpedo for Crawdon.
Yay.
All right. And yeah, it's his Ruby and Sapphire team, obviously, but it is mainly saved
by the physical special split. Crunch on Mighty Anna. All right, Shifter, he's a mixed attacker, so it doesn't worry much about anything.
A needle arm, a spiky shield on the Cacturn.
So that's super solid.
And Crunch and Aqua Jet for priority, I guess.
Poison Fang is an off the wall coverage that counters Fairy.
Yeah. And
for fighting, he has extrasensory and Psycho Cut to counter it.
Absol's fight.
Zero Lace on
basically,
Axel.
his team isn't held back anymore
by the physical special split, by lack of a physical special split anymore.
Mighty Anna is still a weird choice, though.
Yeah, but hey, hey, this team we can say does counter its weaknesses and has some really solid movesets.
Mm-hmm. That's next
is Aaron. And he better be high tier. He's the best bug trainer around.
Well, not
the Diamond and Pearl team, where
not
he has
DP Aaron,
where he has beautified Dustox.
No.
No. We're talking about specifically Platinum Aaron with Scizor, Heracross, Yanmega, Vespiquen, and Drapion. All amazing Pokemon. And let's see, how does he counter Bug's many weaknesses?
Stone Edge for flying.
Yeah, Stone Edge to take on Flying.
And Ice Fang.
Stone Edge and Ice Fang to take on Flying. Hanging on Heracross and Drapion, though Heracross is best not sent out against Flying types. For fire, he has Power Gem on Vespiquen and Stone Edge on Heracross. For what was the other weakness? Rock. Rock was the other weakness. And for Rock, he has Scizor, which is neutral on.
And Heracross.
Scizor and Heracross, neutral or Rock. And Iron Head in close combat, respectively. So he does a really good job countering his weaknesses.
This team is...
And the kicker is that he has a Pokemon that isn't a bug type. Granted, that is also a major advantage because it's weak to none of the things Bug is weak to.
Also immune to crits.
Oh, and immune to crits because it has battle armor.
Also, this team is ripe with the stench of quad weaknesses.
Of course. Rock, fire, or flying, rock. Yeah, Yanmega and Vespiquen are weak to rock. Scizor's quite weak to fire. Heracross is quite weak to flying.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, and I think that's what holds him back, because like if he didn't have so many quad weaknesses, I really think he could get an S tier.
Mm-hmm.
And also that Drapion.
Drapion not being a bug type.
I'm more willing to excuse it more than others, considering he evolves from a bug type.
Okay, and then actually the
same reason I excuse a water trainer using a Dragalge.
And now we have a Bertha and Flint. Actually, just strip the rest. This is like the entire Elite Four is in here.
S tier. Is this S tier or A tier?
A tier.
And the other A tiers.
That's not a ground type. Also, Whiscash.
Sudowoodo, not a ground type. Whiscash, not a very good Pokemon.
Also, Quagsire.
Quagsire.
Okay, that's...
On the same team as Whiscash. Okay, this is better. Still, or the amount of coverage on this team is insane. Earth Power, or Aqua Tail Zen Headbutt, Earthquake, Ice Fang, Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, and has Hyper Cutter so you can't drop its attack. Earthquake, Stone Edge, Crunch, Earthquake, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Sandstorm. Worm helps. Even though same problem with Olivia, where it's redundant coming after something that uses Sandstream. Earthquake, Rock Wrecker, or Mega Horn, Avalanche. The amount of coverage on this team is insane. But as with
quad weaknesses.
Whiscash, quad weak to grass.
Whiscash, Ash Golem, and Rhyperior.
Whiscash, Golem, and Rhyperior are quad weak to grass. Rhyperior and Golem are also quad weak to water. Or Gliscor is quad weak to ice. Yikes.
Yeah.
And in terms of actually countering these types, Fire Fang, Fire Punch, Rock Wrecker, Stone Edge, those all counter ice readily. In terms of grass, there's Ice Fang, Fire Punch. Ice Fang and Fire Fang, Fire Punch. Much as well as grass being neutral on Gliscor, which has two of those moves. There's there's the what was that? And water. Gliscor has Thunder and Golem has Thunder Punch, though, you know. But she does a decent job countering her weaknesses. There's the fucking...
And don't forget Sandstorm. Sandstorm helps with special attacks.
Sandstorm also has damage. I don't remember how.
Yeah, has damage.
It increases the special defense of ground types, which is really good for this team.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just the amount of quad weaknesses that's keeping her out of S tier. There are too many.
So Flint.
All right, Flint. Ignoring the absolutely atrocious Diamond and Pearl team with the only two fire types on the Sinnoh decks.
Yeah, ignore that. There we go.
There we go.
Barely enough fire types.
Exactly enough fire types to make this team. But at least they're mostly pretty good fire types. Flareon, how you don't get it Flare Blitz. That's yet. Houndoom. All right. Let's talk about how counters. Fire weak to rock, ground, on water. So how is rock countered? Well, Sun comes out, and then Rapidash uses Solar Beam. Magmortar also has it, and Earthquake takes care of rock too. So he has rock covered on most of his Pokemon. On ground, Solar Beam on both of those as well. Hell, and water or Solar Beam takes care of those. And additionally, Thunder Punch on Infernape and Thunderbolt on Magmortar. So he does counter his weaknesses. Even if his ground weakness relies on Sun being up.
Yeah.
So that is a slight minus point there.
Yes, slight. Yeah.
Which is probably a big reason he is in.
He doesn't. Yeah, I guess he's only in.
Which is probably a big reason he is only in this tier.
In A.
Only an A tier.
All right, Lucian. Well, I mean, his DP team isn't horrible because he actually has enough. He actually has enough of Pokemon. Psychic is a plentiful type. I've been least. It is.
Yeah.
It is at the very least, Psychic is plentiful.
Also, yeah.
Well, it just it.
All right,
I think they replaced Ace Giraffe friggin'
with
Espeon.
Another Chan with
and Metacham with Gallade.
Metacham with Gallade.
There we go.
Yeah. All right, now what are his weaknesses? Is Bug, Dark, Ghost. Now, in terms of Ghost, he has Shadow Ball and Espeon. It's neutral on Bronzong in this generation, and so that's good. As for Dark, also neutral on Bronzong. Gallade has Drain Punch. Hunches and Malakazam has Focus Blast. Asked Bug. What is it? Only it's Stone Edge on Gallade.
That's on Bronzong resist.
Bronzong also neutral on Bronzong. Yeah, Bronzong Steel is a really good type to pair with Psychic because it negates all of its weaknesses. So Bronzong's just a really smart Arisana Mono Psychic team.
Yeah.
Because of that fact.
Yeah.
And of course the movesets are varied too. Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Gyro Ball, Earthquake, Focus Blast, Energy Ball, Stone Edge. And she's got a lot of stuff covered. Though we really don't think it barely doesn't stand out enough to make it in an S tier.
Yeah. Grimsley is.
This is still A tier?
Yeah.
This is the last A tier?
There's still one more.
Let me see. Let me look at it. There's A tier. Yeah. Okay. We're almost out.
He got countering in terms of countering.
In terms of countering fighting, he has Aerial Ace on 2 of his Pokemon on Liepard and Bisharp.
But Bisharp
are quad weak to fighting. So you probably want to use that. It's mainly Aerial Ace on Liepard, and Liepard it's Liepard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Liepard.
So,
I mean, hey, at least she has a good. At least his Pokemon are pretty strong.
Yeah.
And
at least I suppose.
Defiant Bisharp.
Mm-hmm.
Or so if you lower it, if you're for some reason not bringing a fighting move, using a fighting type against it.
And the other character or weakness is Bug, which he does not attempt to counter, or unfortunately. Even though it's neutral on Scrafty, actually it's neutral on Scrafty and Bisharp, so he does at least defensively counter Bug in an okay. Oh no, Aerial Ace.
Aerial Ace.
Ace. So yeah, Aerial Ace counters both the fighting's weaknesses in this game.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's
Black 2, White 2 is the same name, but the movesets are slightly different.
Yeah.
And I'd argue better because now Scrafty has Rock Tomb, and that's one of the Pokemon that's neutral, that Bug is neutral on. Oh, so that is really good.
Good, yeah. Yeah. Again, probably held back by only having 4 Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one in A tier. Last one in A tier, we got Kahili. I mean, it's a pretty varied in terms of types.
Pretty varied in terms of types. We got Steel, Poison, Fire, Dark, and Normal as secondary types.
Yeah.
So definitely some variety. You just could use just a little more coverage. But in terms of countering weaknesses, does not do anything for Electric.
Hey, counters rock.
Counters rock readily with Steel Wing on Skarmory, which is neutral, and Bolt Seed on Toucannon.
And I had no idea.
And Bone Rush on Mandibuzz.
Yeah. Man,
I forgot it learned.
Didn't know Toucannon even had Skill Link.
Mm-hmm. Toucannon has Skill Link too, so which pairs well with both Bullet Seed and Rock Blast being on the moveset, which I think is really smart. Art, and there's also the what was the other weakness? Ice, which is countered by Revelation Dance Fire on the Fire Oricorio, smartest form to bring in my opinion.
Rock Blast on Toucannon.
Blast on Toucannon.
Steel
Wing on Skarmory. She doesn't have much of a problem with ice types.
Yeah.
It's mainly her struggle to she struggles to counter electric types that keeps her out of S tier.
So not her Ultra team. Oh man.
Ooh boy, what did she replace?
She replaced both Skarmory and Crobat.
Skarmory and Crobat got replaced with Braviary and Hawlucha.
Holy shit.
Ooh boy, Hawlucha. Unfortunately, she does lose one on the second. It was the Steel type on her team, as well as the what was the other one type?
Steel and
She does lose the Steel and Poison type, but in return gains Fighting, which is a great offensive type.
Oh, Hawlucha still has Poison Jab.
Hawlucha still has Poison Jab.
Yeah, Motherfucker put a...
Now let's look at her matchups. Still no electric counter only in Bone Rush on Mandibuzz. I guess. That's rock counter, flying breast from Halucha. Now. And bullet seed from Toucannon. And ice counter or revelation dance and rock blast. She does a little bit of a better job countering her weaknesses. Is now. So I said, what are you doing, sir?
Smashing. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Not much else to
say other than, yeah, it's a really good team.
All right, now into the S tier. Here's we got
what?
Okay, Drake.
Oh boy. Okay, ignoring his, yeah. Okay, well, is it Oraz or Emerald that we said was the better team?
Okay, this is the better.
It's
one. Like a mix of his both teams.
Yeah.
It has like a physical and a special Flygon.
Yeah, physical and special Flygon, which is interesting, and they both have completely different types other than Dragon. And so you're kept guessing as to which one to go and you're dealing with. As for ice counters, he doesn't ice count. He has flamethrower on the special Flygon, which is squad weak to ice. And unfortunately, this is only ice counter offensively, though Kingdra is neutral with ice. Ice, but overall, the amount of coverage and just sheer power having a Salamence and 2 Flygons.
Yeah.
And Kingdra's strong. Altaria's got Cotton Guard. It's just strong Pokemon. On like really, it just a really tough team, and I think that's what.
It's sure does have a fucking quad weak ice team. Team's quad weak to ice.
It's flying. All right, so
yeah, it's
a really solid, good team.
Yeah, and now we have the.
All right, now we have the other Unova Elite Four members.
Chantal.
We're starting with, of course, Chantal. Well, now how does she counter Dark? She has Brick Break on Golurk, which I guess is good enough. Is this her first team?
Yeah.
In black and white?
Yeah.
Let's look at the black to white team. That's probably the better one, if I had to guess. Yeah, she still has Brick Break on Golurk, but now she adds on Drifblim.
Instead of Jellicent.
Which has Thunderbolt. She has Psychic, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Psychic Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Acrobatics, Earthquake, Heavy Slam, Brick Break, Shadow Punch with Iron Fist on Golurk, which I think is smart. Fire Blast, Energy Ball, all decent coverage is overall. Just really strong Pokemon once again. And I think that's what we're going on here.
Yeah.
It's just strong. Strong Mons overall.
Caitlin's team.
How does she counter her weaknesses?
Okay, same team. You're in both.
All right, so. Bugs, Ghost, Dark. So in terms of bug counters, Sigilif exists, neutral, and has Air Slash. In terms of Dark, Reuniclus has Focus, Blast, whatever. Or in terms of Ghost, Shadow Ball on both Sigilif and Gothitelle. Of course, she also has Charge Beam, Ice Beam, Energy Ball, and Thunderbolt. All very solid coverage moves. I'd argue these teams weren't quite good enough to get into S tier. I don't know why they really are, but whatever. But yeah, I don't remember how we ranked all these. Maybe we were checking challenge.
We probably were.
Yeah, I guess we were probably then.
And yeah,
that's much better. Or with the Metagross with a hammer arm.
Zoomlens, and Musharna.
Which what does it do?
It's wide lens for slower ones. It's yeah.
Even though charge beam, I guess.
Yeah.
Zoom lens is weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we were taking challenge mode.
Yeah, I guess we'll look back on those then.
We were.
Sorry, we got to re-look at the Univamons. She does counter things way better.
Yeah.
Marshall, who was back in B.
Yeah, we were taking.
Was he in B or A?
He was in B.
He was in B tier.
Yeah, we probably were considering challenge mode teams.
Those are an initial fight.
Are technically not, and are technically.
All right, so Psychic. He only has U-turn and Shadow Ball.
Yeah, it's covered. It isn't.
All right, and what about
yeah, everything's holding an item.
And what was the thing? What was the other?
Flying is Psychic.
Rock Tomb, Rock Slide, or Stone Edge, yeah, and the
Muscle Bat. Holy shit.
Psychic Payback.
Yeah.
Still, and the most of his team counter stuff. And I guess it's just that he doesn't have that many different types to attack with.
Yeah. Grimsley
he struggles a bit in coverage, in offensive coverage.
Grimsley, yeah, normal gem boosted fake out
is weird.
It's always a weird thing to see.
It's amusing, but it's still weird as shit.
Normal gem boosted fake out. Quick Clog Bisharp is funny.
It is.
Expert Muscle Band and Absol. Expert Belt Crocodile. Damn.
Yeah.
Leftover Scrafty.
Yeah, seems pretty great. How does he counter his two weaknesses? Bug. All right, Aerial Ace, Rock Tomb, Aerial Ace, yeah. And Fighting. Aerial Ace on 2 Mons, and...
To be fair, they're the ones...
Okay.
Yeah.
Fighting, and the Aerial Aces being on Mons that are just...
Yeah,
no, Bishop's really good, but it's quad weak to Fighting, and Blyperd is not very good.
Yeah, we definitely...
Look at Chantal. How does she counter her weaknesses now? In terms of Dark. Or she still has Brick Break on Golurk. And in terms of... yeah, just Dark.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How did we get her lower, her highest tier? I don't remember.
It's probably just the species.
Just the species being really good overall. Even though she has a Bayonet.
Muscle band
Bayonet.
Leftovers
on Cofagrigus is smart.
Or expert belt Golurk
or helps count, especially with the
choice scarf or Chandelure.
Or is interesting.
In Flying Gem Acrobatics on Driftblim.
It would have been so much better if it was would have been so much better if it was a physical attacker, but I guess it is the only ghost flying type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is how we were. I think I don't remember. We made
on Caitlyn. I guess we are going over challenge mode because I am genuinely confused here.
I made these months ago.
Don't exactly 100% remember the criteria.
Challenge. Well, she's got a Metagross.
That enough said. Jesus. And of course, Hammer Arm counter is Dark. Focus Blast counter is Dark. In terms of bug, she has air slash neutral on Metagross. There's the ghost, which is Shadow Ball.
What? Jeez.
3 Pokemon have Shadow Ball.
It's fucking wise glasses. Got the hell. Expert belt Chandelure.
Life Orb Metagross is gonna one-shot most Pokemon.
And holy shit. Leftovers is ridiculous.
This is good.
Yeah, really good. But and next, okay, Seabold. Somehow managed to get into.
Well, let's look at his team. Let's see why that is. This is for an X and Y team. First, right off the bat, I can see he has good coverage.
Really good. Mega Launcher or Clawitzer.
Or is smart. And it has all of the moves boosted by Mega Launcher. So that thing is hitting insanely hard. Or it has Aura Spear, Water Pulse, Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse, which are the Mega Launcher boosted moves.
Gyarados has Dragon Dance.
Which is terrifying.
If you don't
has Earthquake.
If you don't have an electric move.
Who can annihilate you. And if you do have an electric, when it somehow doesn't kill the Gyarados, it's killing you with you.
Mm-hmm. So Starmie has it's probably just the insane coverage
on this team.
Even just how strong a lot of these are.
Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, Surf, or let's see how many moves: Water, Dark, Dragon, and Fighting, Ground, Ice. Fairy, Psychic, Rock, Bug. That's 10 types.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
And also Tough Claws, Barbaracle.
Too. So it's Cross Chop, Razor Shell, X's, or those are going to be doing even more damage.
Yeah.
It's just got these. It's just such a strong team, which is insanely impressive to see in X and Y.
Yeah.
I of course Gyarados as being a pretty good counter to Grass too, with Ice Fang and being neutral on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The only one. The only one to make it in. The only Kalos Elite Four to make it into S.
Now we kind of clowned on Moane being in the low Elite Four as or I'm ranking in your preferences.
Ranking my preferences, yeah.
Preferences of it.
But here we are with his Elite Four team.
Yep.
Holy shit! Metagross, Bisharp, or Magnezone.
Oh my god.
Doug Trio.
Oh. And the coverage? Alright, and Steel's weaknesses. Ground. Yeah. How does he counter ground? He doesn't.
What about in terms of fire?
Fire coverage. Has Doug Trio with Earthquake, and it's a fast Mon. On it, and that's it. Okay, and for the other one, fighting.
Well, he has Metagross.
Metagross and Klefki neutral on him.
Mm-hmm.
And that Metagross has Zen Headbutt. He doesn't do that great a good job countering his weaknesses.
It's mainly
the insanely strong Pokemon in Magnezone, Bisharp, and Metagross.
Oh yeah, holy shit!
He has a fucking pseudo legendary on his team.
Yeah.
It is a beast.
So, yeah, mad respect there.
Respect for that, and Magnezone, of course, just also, and Bisharp just also being really good.
Mm-hmm.
Good too. Who Klefki, Prankster, or Thunderwave, Spikes, Reflect. It's actually gives a really good Prankster set.
Mm-hmm.
As well as Flash Cannon, so it's not completely defenseless if you're like taunted or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Doug Trio, of course, being his ace is fast and can hit hard.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, well, that covers the Elite Four.
Yep.
Well, how long we are? 113. Yeah, we're well over.
Almost 2 hours. And now we get into champions. I forgot we were still doing champions.
Right, yeah, right. Like yeah.
Champion. Give your champion to your list by preference.
I already have that open.
Okay, then. You're just getting up the page for champions for their teams.
Yeah.
Teams in a bit. Gotcha.
Yeah, already. Yeah. So thankfully, there's not as many.
There aren't as many champions in terms of this list. Let me count. There are 11 of them.
11. I mean, yeah. Compared to, yeah.
And let's talk about them.
So.
And our personnel preferences on them.
And towards the.
I'm obviously not counting the extraneous Alola champions, or Nimona and Gita.
This is not up.
It's weird seeing her on the list.
We have
It's not Gita.
All right. So in a D all right, D.
Lance, we've already gone over. He's just uninteresting.
And even worse as a champion.
And Diantha kind of falls into that same.
She has no. She's like no care. She's like, okay, she does have a
She's an actress.
She was an actress. Yeah, she was a former actress. You run into her twice.
Yeah.
Twice. That's it. It has like really no character.
Yeah.
And also like does not try and like also bears just like no fucking bearing on the story.
Yeah.
Which is really weird given the fact that been doing that with champions for a while.
And then just
after attempted to do.
It's clear that she was meant to be more important than she ended up being.
But yeah, I'll go into more detail about these two.
In the rivals tier list, but Hal and Trace, they're not really champion material. Yeah.
Then there's
in C tier, decent. Steven.
I don't know. I really don't have much to say about Steven.
What do we say about him?
He likes collecting rocks and minerals.
I guess.
I don't know. He's the son of the Devon. He's the son of the Devonport president,
which is cool.
There's not really much to Steven. And there weren't anything in, there's actually nothing in B tier.
Yeah, we kind of feel a bit strongly about champions. Either they suck or they're really good.
There's Wallet.
Purely on the merit of being a complete surprise, and the only real monotype champion, and surprisingly has a really strong team. He was one, which just makes him all the more impressive in that regard.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, though. Even though I feel Wallace didn't need, even though from a gameplay standpoint, it's really dumb having two specialists in the two.
Yeah.
Even though having two type specialists in the same in the same game, it was really dumb.
Yeah.
Iris is just it's also works for that as I this yeah. Iris is kind of that same idea. It's a little surprising to see
her as a champion, and after having her as the last gym leader in the previous game.
If you're playing white, I think you run into her twice, Ice in Black and White too. If I'm correct.
Yeah.
It's just funny. See, I think she's the youngest. She might be one of the youngest characters to have that. Yeah, she might be one of the youngest characters to have that title.
Which is insane.
It's just this energy.
It's such good energy. You can really see how much she grew between the games.
And there's also this energy that this fucking
this happy little girl is the champion.
And also I like the aesthetic.
The whole grandeur of or how she redid the champion room too.
This very space.
This wondrous space vibe. It's such a cool room.
And then in the S tier is I really don't have much.
Let's just say the S tier's the best ones.
All right, yeah.
Oh, nobody is I doubt anyone's surprised by this, but I most of these picks.
But
Blue.
The first champion.
The original champion.
And it feels good to eat the shit out of him.
And that's why he's an S tier. He's this guy constantly beating you down and being like, "Hey, I'm better than you.
I'm better than you."
And then he became champion while you were off doing other things.
Oh yeah, and just because, mainly because I think I remember there's now that Let's Go did actually give new lore to the Pokemon League titles.
Well, this is their first time actually instating someone as in the champion position.
And then mainly really just the spot was empty. The spot was empty.
The spot was left empty after the previous champion stepped down. I wonder.
Kanto probably didn't have a champion for a while.
After. I wonder who was in that spot before.
And also mainly the fact that the Pokemon League probably couldn't have been active for a while. Due to the Viridian Gym being empty.
And I remember the Professor Oak's like, "Hey, I'm the champion," when you were in there.
Yeah, the real champion. Lance jokes that the real champion is Professor Oak, not really.
Maybe that was true at one point.
I don't. But yeah, and then there's the piano.
Cynthia.
Piano.
What? Cynthia's just so fucking cool.
Yeah, sure. Even if she's just another iteration of Steven and Lance.
And she just has this energy. Her whole thing with myths, and her just coming face to face with Cyrus and telling him off.
Yeah. Actually helping you. Yeah, I get.
And being directly involved in stopping this world-ending crisis.
Steven literally just guided you to
where you needed to go and got involved once in Emerald.
The stupid space center action.
Wow, thanks for all your help.
Thanks for not being a helpful ally.
Lance even did something, even if he's just not an interesting character enough to make an impact.
And also, it's the Game Boy story. Game Boy classic hero story. Is very grounded.
I think the main thing for me is that Cynthia really feels like someone who's responsible for her region. And she studies its history, helps protect it from crises.
Though it's really funny that nobody seems to know
who she is. I would assume she just keeps her identity as champion on the lowdown. So she's not.
Harry fucking says, "Is this your older sister? Who is she? Your older sister?"
Yeah, it seems very much like her status as champion is kept secret, likely at her request to not be bombarded with paparazzi all the time.
Man, I bet that's probably what Diantha would have of
even more so than she already does.
Better example. Look at Leon on every time he shows up.
I don't think Cynthia wants that for her.
Or I guess that's why.
She's a very dutiful champion, which I think is extremely cool. Quite in contrast to Diantha.
Don't ask why we made that comparison.
And it's an inside joke.
Might have explained that. Oh wait, we probably explained that in Origin Stories.
Is with us using
Yeah,
us the fact that we used to headcan them as the same character for some reason. No, that's it's criminal. You can't compare those two.
Either way, yeah. But yeah, she just
has this awesome energy. And Alder is somewhat similar.
He doesn't take
things seriously, but at the same time, he's very involved and motivational.
Learning his backstory, learning his past of having how he lost
his partner Pokemon, and that kind of pushed him to become even stronger, or a way to sort of honor his fallen friend.
I think it was Larvesta.
Yeah, Larvesta, and he actually he has a Volcarona now.
The thing is, he actually had let F the Pokemon League to wander the region
and then sort of discover himself.
He's just this farm boy. Find out
I love how he gives this impression of being like a wise elder, but in reality,
which I think that's where the name comes from.
Yeah, alder, or no, it's also a plant.
And yeah.
And even though in a lot of cases he doesn't really know what he's doing, the reason he carries so many Pokeballs with him,
he doesn't know how
to use a PC.
Because he's
clueless old man. And later on, he retires from being champion.
And also, I think you don't fight him the first and only time you don't fight the champion in the main game.
And he's like, screw the formalities. This region needs help, and I'm injured.
I try.
He tried to stop N, and he couldn't do it.
Man, yeah.
Gee, I wonder why.
But either way, it's just
with N having 2 fossils and Alder's entire team in falling easily to rock.
Yeah. And also how in Black and White too, he guides you at the start, you train with him at the start before the first gym.
Yeah. It's nice to see that he's now devoted himself to teaching people. Okay.
Oh,
need to hurry up.
Okay, so yeah, older.
They're very good.
But again, not technically a champion, but Kakui.
He is just such a cool guy.
He's just.
He's charming.
He's with you through.
He's with you all the way.
For most of the game,
Amy's supportive, and
even is not and isn't not at all scared by Guzma's presence.
And which is amusing considering these two who have a history together.
He even threatens to hurt the Team Skull directly.
Borderline unhinged behavior.
Yeah, I can take you. You want to mess with me? Yeah, I can do it.
And also
he also has this himbo energy.
And the whole wrestler alter ego. It was fun.
He also has this big, massive himbo energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Despite being a professor, he ain't that bright.
Which I think is honestly hilarious.
And also, yeah, being your final test is also, I think, and also maybe
and what also helps him get this high is the fact that. And it's sort of a nod to how Professor Oak is.
Oak was a champ.
It was in at least some canons confirmed to be a champion.
And yeah.
Point down I believe was originally intended to be the champion fight.
Even to be a post-game super boss.
Post-game super boss.
So
now you actually get to fight one of the professors, or is at their full power.
It's
just a really cool moment. It has a lot more impact than How and Ultra.
And how he just basically fist bumps you. The animations of just
fist bump the camera.
He like takes off his glasses and just.
Hey, you guys want chicken with this?
Sure.
I
mean, no. I said either was fine.
Pierogies? Oh.
Either.
But you do want pierogies.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, I can make you a couple chickens if you want.
Want some?
Sure. Sure, I guess.
You want more chicken or more pierogies?
About equal.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, Kukui is just cool.
And last year is...
His face is covered up by the water.
Oh no, he got Mike Wazowski'd. Leon. It's just very amusing to have a champion and that's just outwardly, that just the region's outwardly obsessed with him. And he's kind of, you could very much tell that he's not very smart.
He's terrible with he has to park his Charizard.
He has to park his Charizard or to hold his place for him.
And there's just a lot going on with him.
And sort of the way he acts as a motivator for Hop and it ties into his character is interesting. Even if Leon himself was just generally a goofball.
Yes.
Not super deep of a character. He's very entertaining.
And dude throws a Pokeball. Dude shows up in the...
tries to catch Eternatus in a Master Ball.
No, a Pokeball.
No wonder it didn't work.
Or can help... Or can help. He was really. He's really. Yeah. When you finally do beat him,
he actually has this moment where he looks like he's about to have a breakdown, almost before playing it off with a dramatic, with him tossing his hat dramatically.
Yeah. Or have a champion time. He even takes over Rose Tower.
Or after
in the post game. And he likes it because there's a lot of you can't get lost.
Because there's maps of the place everywhere, and it's
big enough.
And it's big, and it's hard to get lost.
Also, his fucking his battle tower. He
has a completely new outfit for the battle tower.
His champion outfit is a absolute fashion disaster.
Yeah, a lot better than his absolute fashion disaster champion outfit.
But yeah, Leon's cool.
More of a funny character than anything.
Now, hopefully I can. This video has gone on long enough.
Let's go over the teams of the champions, and in D tier we have Lance.
I don't think I need to. Birdkeeper Lance.
Birdkeeper Lance. His entire team is flying. 3 Dragon of the same Pokemon. On all quad weak to ice.
Ice. Yeah. Well, not all. Yeah. Yep.
All 3 of those being quad weak to ice.
Ice. Yeah. He's not. Yeah. I don't think everyone. I think everyone's fucking in shit on
Lance's team.
Oh yeah, him.
Trade.
He's not even on the list. Yeah, his team. His team. He's.
It's bad.
It's bad. Yeah.
3 moves on each Pokemon on a champion team.
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold on. Mega Pidgeot, Heat Wave, Air Slash, no abilities.
Doesn't even have. He has Quick Attack on his Pidgeot.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Raichu and Jolteon are both.
Yeah.
Jolteon is one has Steel, the other has Bug. I guess about the same.
Yeah.
And again, it's all one. Why does he have 3 fire moves?
I don't know.
It's just for a champion team, it's very underwhelming.
And though, all right, we said blue. All right, blue. As Blue's team.
The
team, unfortunately,
is not as impressive as his character.
Though it's varied.
Which team did we say was most varied?
It's most varied.
I think it's Charizard, since it has the best secondary types.
Yeah.
with more secondary types on the team.
This is Gen 3 we're dealing with.
And Alakazam, and nothing is running any moves that Gyarados is the only Pokemon that's even running a move that's not stab or normal type.
And it's Bite.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Blue. Maybe if he was the fucking Gen champion and Let's Go.
Oh, we might have had a better shot. We might have had a better shot.
At least got a good gym leader team.
Yep. And
Wallace, I think I've got his Emerald team.
Is he not on this list?
He is here.
Is he in? Did we skip Hal?
Oh wait, Hal.
We skipped Hal.
Oh right, Hal.
He's still in C tier.
Right, Hal.
Yeah, he is a character.
Yep.
Let's see. How does his team stack up?
I
would guess it's not very good.
Given that it's only in C tier.
Yeah.
Given that it's only in C tier.
Probably underwhelming. What did we say was his best team?
Wait, is it just? It's just the evolution and starter that's swapped out.
I mean, yeah. All right. What was it? It was a team. Does he already? I think it was the one where he doesn't have a fire type. No, where he doesn't have a water type.
So that would be
probably his Primarina team. It was the best one. Where he doesn't have grass. Is grass an electric or water an electric that covers similar things?
Grass and electric.
Grass and electric. So
okay.
It doesn't have a grass type. So Primarina team.
All
right. Flare Blitz and Quick Attack.
What are these movesets?
Why does he have Charm and Baby Doll Eyes on
Quick Attack.
Why do two of his Pokemon have Quick Attack? His Raichu has Quick Attack. His ace, Primarina,
has 3 moves.
He has a Crabominable. Not a very good Pokemon. Tauros has a good moveset. That Raichu almost has a good moveset. That Noivern's good. Crabominable sucks. Flareon has a redundant moveset. And Primarina has 3 moves.
Yeah.
That's what keeps it. It really bogs him down. There's just some questionable decisions.
Mm-hmm. And so, moving up
to C tier. Wallace.
As I think, as we've said, he
has a pretty solid team for being a type specialist. Yes, these are the good teams. So, obviously, being a type specialist leaves him open to grass and electric types, but he does have counters to them. Whiscash should include Colo counter or electric. Gyarados, Tentacruel, and Ludicolo counter grass. As well as having Blizzard and Ice Beam on Whale or Iwotic respectively.
Mm-hmm.
So he does counter over the 2 biggest weaknesses of his team.
Yeah.
Pretty well. And he doesn't do much other than that.
Yeah.
Because he just is lacking moveset variety. Let's see, we have water, ice, poison, grass, ground.
Yeah.
And that is it. He has 5 types of moves that aren't normal.
Yeah.
He would be so much higher if they just gave him more move variety, which they only did in the post-game aim fight in Horaz, which we are not counting.
Since that's as a gym leader.
For that, we gave S tier. But this, unfortunately, does not have that moveset.
Then we have Alder's team. We were already making jokes about this team already.
This is the most rock weak team I've ever seen. And it's not even a monotype team.
And this is a post-game fight.
Excelgor, Volcarona, and Vanillux all crumble to rock types.
Mm-hmm. Also,
Volcarona especially being his ace. Ace Cavaliers quad weak to fire. Overall, it's not a bad team.
Bring Terrakion.
But if you bring Terrakion, you counter everything. You counter or Volcarona or all those rock weak mons and Buffalant. And I guess it's Cavalier.
And the movesets are all right. Damn, that's very.
He really doesn't have a very balanced team. Why does he have 3 bug types?
No wonder you lost.
You with 3 bug types. Guys, what the hell are you doing with that?
Yeah, no wonder you lost.
Again, good movesets for these Pokemon.
Because, yeah, this is Gen 5.
But the selection of... and all of them are good Pokemon on their own.
But they don't...
But they don't... the team doesn't synergize very well with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is the big takeaway here.
Yeah. Next up, we have... Okay. Yeah, again...
Also in C tier, Diantha.
Indeed, B.
B tier. Also B tier. Just good. Ignoring the fact that you're going to get stupid over-leveled in X and Y, of course. And you know what the biggest thing, the most ironic thing is? Her team doesn't really do too well at countering Fairy.
Mm-hmm. You could also bring a fucking Mawile to this.
Mawile.
Bring a Mega Mawile.
Mega Mawile, if you trade over a Mega Stone,
yeah,
counters most of her Pokemon. On literally, unironically, it counters everything except Gorgeist.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Steel and Fairy.
Eri can counter her team together.
Or Klefki if you want.
Klefki. If you want to be funny, Klefki is genuinely a really good matchup for Diantha.
Yeah.
As long as you watch out, acknowledge that Tyrantrum has Earthquake and Goodra has Fire Blast.
Yeah.
Gudra, Aurorus, Tyrantrum, Hawlucha, Gorgeist, Gardevoir, most good Pokemon in their own right.
Yeah.
Gorgeist is weird, but yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't, and she has really good coverage. It's just that it's super, super easy to counter her team, and it's so underleveled for how high leveled you're likely to be.
Yeah. So, and now we have A tier.
Here, the great champion in teams.
Steven and... Okay.
Oraz. We're talking about Oraz.
No, his RS team.
We don't have to talk about our RS team with a special Agron.
That's better.
That's better.
Actual move sets.
He doesn't. Let's see. He has. He has Skarmory, Claydol, Agron with physical moves. Cradily, Armaldo, Metagross, and Cradely's. But most of those Pokemon are pretty good.
Mega Metagross.
Mega Metagross too. Ooh, of course. Let's see what types of moves he's running. Flying, Steel, Psychic, Ground, Rock, Dragon, and Poison, Grass, Bug, Rock, Psychic. No, we're not Psychic. That's 10 types.
Yeah.
10 non-normal types.
Yeah, that's damn impressive.
That is damn impressive. Even if there are even if Cradle is just a bit of a questionable champion Pokemon.
Don't let Bulbapedia deceive you when calling him a Steel Ill trainer.
Or by the way, he's just a mineral type trainer, as in the trinity of ground, rock, and steel.
Same goes for Iris, who
uses draconic Pokemon, even though it's never explicitly stated that she's a dragon elite form.
Oh my god, Life Force Strut again.
In main game,
Life Force Strut again.
Is this main game?
Yeah, main game.
Oh my god, she has Life Orb Sheer Force Drud again.
And focus at
on Haxor, so it won't die immediately and gets a chance to at least nail you with an Earthquake or X Scissor.
Archeops.
Or possibly set up a Dragon Dance and to become faster than everything.
Archeops, Hydreigon, and
This is Agron. All of these are insanely strong Pokemon.
It is pretty weak to fighting, though.
It is a team that only has one good fighting counter, and the rest and half of her team is weak to fighting.
Yeah.
So there is a type that kind of does dent her defenses, even if it's a super obvious type, considering you're expecting, it'd be Dragon in itself or Ice.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty weak to
fighting.
With
Lapras, Agron.
Well, at least she's glad to know Ice fighting type exists.
Yeah.
Well, even then,
the one we did get is
terrible.
Absolute garbage.
Then also in here is Kakui.
This is the Alola champion.
and yeah, and his
Which
team.
do we say is the best?
It's based on the starter. Starter's
Is only the starter the variant?
Yeah.
All right, the starter the only variants. Which type I helps add boost coverage? Well, I don't think it'd be Incineroar. No, it might be Incineroar actually.
Is it?
I think it's Incineroar.
Yeah.
But he has good teams all around.
Good team.
So we're just gonna use Incineroar because that's the one we had canon him with.
And that's I think Incineroar is the.
Incineroar is the canon Kakui Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
On it we have Lycanroc, Hawk Midday, 8, Ninetales, Hills, of course, the Alolan variant.
Yeah.
And Braviary, Magnezone, Snorlax, Incineroar. All amazing Pokemon. You got Dark, Rock, Fairy, Ice Flying, Electric, Steel, Ground, Fire, or Fighting, Dragon. That's like 2/3 of all types.
And nothing too. Okay, well, team's pretty weak to fighting though.
And again, pretty weak to fighting. In this,
well, at least none of the starters are fighting.
The starters are fighting. Lycanroc, Magnezone, and Snorlax all fall to fighting and don't have a move to counter it.
Yeah. This team is pretty fighting weak.
Unfortunately.
Though the other team, though the Decidueye and Primarina
aren't, and ignore that. Either way, regardless of the
pretty
starter,
solid.
You're champion.
And
and now we get into the best champion team.
Teams we got.
Starting with Cynthia.
There's just two.
There's two of them. Starting with Cynthia.
All right. Well, I mean, what about her DP team?
It's still pretty good. Isn't Platinum the one we decided on though?
Platinum, yeah.
Because it doesn't have 2 water types and 2 ground types. There we go. Togekiss replaces Gastrodon rightfully because it's a very redundant Pokemon to have with Milotic and Garchomp.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritomb, a Pokemon with no weakness in this game. Aim. A Type Core. Well, no fire.
Oh, no.
But she does have other things to counter the things fire does.
Motherfucking Garchomp.
Garchomp as her ace.
With Flamethrower.
It's got Citrus Berry too, so it's going to be harder to kill.
No, you can just use an ice move, and
of course
you could just use an ice.
Admittedly, the Sinnoh Ice offerings aren't that great.
Though Ice Beam and Ice Punch
are readily available.
Oh,
let's see what type she covers. Dark, Ghost, Psychic, Bug, Grass, has Poison, Flying, Fighting, Water, Electric, Rock, Dragon, and Fire, Ground. That's 14 types.
14? Nearly every type.
15.
15.
Counting normal.
Yeah, 15.
That is, she has a move of every type in that game, except for... Which ones don't she have?
For
Steel and what? There's another one. Steel and Flying.
Steel and Flying.
No, she doesn't.
Steel and Flying.
Is it just Steel? I might have miscounted. She could cover nearly every type that existed at then.
And yeah, it
doesn't have any glaring weaknesses. It's just a really fucking insane team. Well, actually, half of it is weak to ice, but the other, Lucario is an extremely hard ice counter. Or shutting down a sweep with an ice type.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, with that, and well.
Now, finishing off with Leon. We're expecting a newer game champion to have such a stacked team, were you?
And his team actually does very.
Based on starter here. Which one did we determine is the best? It's not the one with Cinderace. Definitely not.
That's redundant.
All right, is it Mr. Rhyme and Inteleon, or is it Rhyperior and Rillaboom?
Mm.
I think it was Mr. Mime and Inteleon.
Yeah.
That we determined was the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh, what does he have? Aegislash, Dragapult, Ult, Haxorus, his Mr. Rhyme, Inteleon, Charizard. No, okay. He has 2 Ice Weak Pokemon. The rest all resist ice. Except Charizard, but that can murder ice types anyways.
Also, Charizard even has max overgrowth others there are to potentially shut down water types.
Which is extremely good and takes advantage of the fact that Dynamaxing makes Solar Beam into just a powerful 1-turn move. So he just gets really strong power for that.
Ancient power.
Her rock move to shut down. What was it?
Was it to shut down?
I don't remember, but it's something that Charizard's weak to, I believe. Okay, Solar Beam also shuts down a rock attempt to sweep. The only thing that could have made this better is having Earth power instead of ancient power.
I don't think it warrants Earth power.
But it does in Scarlet Violet. I don't think it did in Sword and Shield.
Yeah. And didn't have Scorching Sands in base game.
Scorching Sands in base game, so that's a bit sad, but yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what types he covers, too. Steel, Ghost, Fighting, Fire, Electric, Dragon, Poison, and Steel, Ground, Ice, Psychic, Water, Dark, Arc, Fire, Grass, Rock, Flying. That is genuinely a move of every type that isn't normal or fairy.
And due to this game having the modern experience, an experience share that works with the modern experience curve.
It's not as easy to get over leveled for him.
So you'll be around his level.
Or if you've been fighting every trainer.
Or which means this guy can be a genuine challenge.
Alex got his ass kicked on sword, or
because I didn't build my team properly.
Yeah, his team was very weak to.
It's a Charizard, it turns out.
Oh, yeah.
And that is just amazing.
It's
just an absolutely fucking insane team. Even goddamn, I will say, despite Leon's goofy demeanor, he very much proves why he is such a challenging champion to beat.
Not sure why he removed a Pokemon on the Champ Cup in the post game though.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? Whatever. We're going off the initial champion fight anyways. It doesn't matter that his team after that is worse somehow.
Well,
we've gone over every champion team except for Urgita because this is not County Paldea.
We've been talking for about.
We're talking for an hour, for 2.5 hours.
Hey, it's better than nearly 4 hours.
Going over the Elite Four and champions.
Yeah, thankful. I mean, it wasn't as long, but this one wasn't as long.
But yeah.
But yeah, tomorrow we'll talk.
Tomorrow's video will be discussing protagonists, professors, and rivals.
Protagonists and professors are just purely from design.
Hein and professors by interaction. Rivals will be the meat of the video.
And notably, with protagonists, we will be covering
spin-offs as well, since we don't have to have knowledge of playing the game to rank how the protagonist to vibe check the protagonist designs.
And so
tomorrow's gonna have 3 different topics. So get hyped and With that being said,
I'm Nozran.
and I'm Emery, and bonjour, my wonderful viewers. See you in the next video. Yeet!